Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lehman. So today we are doing a Dolly and wine video because I've been getting a lot of questions. One of them is about my dyeing my dolls, and a few other questions that I wanted to go ahead and answer today. And I'm going to turn you guys just slightly there. Perfect. So happy. So before I start, this is going to be a Dolly and wine video, and basically I'm going to answer a few questions and explain to you as to why certain things I don't do certain things, because I have had this question asked before, and I don't think people understand my situation when it comes to stuff like this. But other than that, if you guys want to do this, it's okay. So like I said, today is a Dolly and wine video, which means that we are going to be drinking something as well. Unfortunately, guys, I don't drink alcohol. In fact, I can't stand the taste or the smell of it. So I drink Sprite. And plus the fact that I'm thirsty like crazy. So yeah. So no wine. I don't have a wine glass. No, I have wine glasses, but I have broken like half of them. It was 6 of them, and I ended up broken like half of them. So I'm not even gonna get into that one. But yeah, so I had someone ask me, why don't I dye my dolls? And you guys gotta understand where I live at. Where I live at is, this is a retirement home. Now this retirement home, unfortunately for me, is located inside of a building that used to be a hotel. Believe me, when I say this place used to be a hotel, it used to be a hotel. Okay? I had found out a couple of years ago that Al Capone stayed here, guys. He literally owned the penthouse apartment upstairs above me. I'm like, oh, I am so lucky. I live in a famous place. And then I also found out this place used to be a brothel. And then I was like, oh yeah, I didn't know. So I'm imagining that there's a possibility that it could be some creepy stuff going on, because when I had my cat here, I had to get rid of her because of my allergies and because she was going crazy, and I didn't have time for that crazy shit. I believe me, if you're a pet of mine, please act normal. So, but mainly because of my allergies, because I literally caught bronchitis in 2018 for December, and I spent the whole 3 months sick. So yeah. So unfortunately, when it comes to this place has rules, and one of them is no spray painting. So I can't spray paint my dolls, and that goes for outside too, because the outside area is used for smoking. It's like downstairs on the first floor, and that area over there is used for smoking and barbecuing. You can barbecue out there or something like that. So no, you're not allowed to barbecue inside this building. So please don't try, because we have special things set in place, like we have smoke detectors. I don't know what that thing over the stove is, but I do know if something catches fire, it's like a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher. Everybody has a fire extinguisher in here. Well, technically, we don't really need it because we do have overheaders, and if you guys can see in the video right there, that silver thing, yeah, we have those. But this place used to be an old hotel, so yeah. So we're not allowed to spray paint, because if you get paint on these walls, you have to pay. I have to pay for them. So yeah, I don't have that much money, so no. So when it comes to me, I don't dye my dolls, because unfortunately, when you dye dolls, that dye, you got to remember, you're boiling water. And what happens to boiling water? It produces steam. What happens to steam? It rises. And it basically, what happens is the stuff that you use on the dolls to dye it gets over everything. A friend of mine said that she did it, and when she got through, she got what she wanted, but she had to pay for it in the end, because she literally had to go and scrub for up to 4 days her mom's kitchen because it was covered in red dye. I was like, yeah, I kind of figured that was gonna happen because when you're boiling water, it steams. You gotta keep boiling this water in order to dye these dolls. And then of course some of my dolls is way too big. She's a 60 centimeter doll. I don't have a pot big enough to put her in, and all my pots are already clean in the kitchen. I cook. I do cook, guys. I am allowed to cook. There is a kitchen here, so and you guys have seen my kitchen. I do cook in there, and I don't like things like chemicals and stuff in my kitchen. I keep my kitchen wiped down. I try to keep it clean 24/7. When I get ready to cook, that's when I really mess my kitchen up. But in the end, I turn around and just clean it up and make it spotless because I love it clean. No, nothing on the counter. If I can't, the only things on my counter is my food, and that's final. And I usually put my sometimes I put my paintbrushes on there too. But yeah. So that is one of the reasons why I do not dye my dolls, and I rather paint my dolls anyway because you really can't control what the dye will do, even after you heat it up. Because I don't know about these dolls. I don't know how they're made. They're made a lot like Barbies, but their materials are different. Barbie has rubber legs. Sometimes have rubber legs, and you really don't know how it's going to take. And I know for a fact that you cannot dye rubber. Rubber, if you do not mix it with the rubber when it's first being mixed, then it's not gonna die. But I do know that the hard body will probably die. But I do not dye dolls, and because number one, I don't have the money to pay these people to redo that stove in there, and I'm not gonna risk it. And then of course they don't want you to do it, so yeah. That's one reason why I don't dye my dolls. But other than that, I do have fun painting them because when I paint my dolls, I can control the paint. And I can control how the paint comes out. And when it comes to spray painting, believe me, when it comes down to it, spray painting is more expensive, guys. Because you have to buy the type of paint that will spray paint onto this, the plastic. And the only place I know for 100% sure, if you're going to do spray paint, is the best place to go to get this paint is probably at a car dealership. A car store like AutoZone. I know AutoZone sell it. And most people who they have because of the paint is made for cars. You got to remember, cars is made of the same thing that most of these dolls are made of: plastic, the different type of plastics, rubber and material. I suggest you go to a store like that to get the paints that you're looking for. And then of course they're gonna carry the primer anyway, and any store, any paint store should carry this stuff. And so yeah. So that's one of the questions I have been asked. Now another question I have been asked is how do I make the clothes for my dolls? When you're in this hobby, here's a trick of the trade. You learn very quickly that t-shirts become your best friend. Because I can promise you one thing, when it comes to this doll, she's easier to dress. But somebody was asking me about these big girls here, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Somebody was asking me about my big 3-foot tall dolls, which is my beautiful Diana here. This is Diana. She's my very first 3-foot tall repaint, guys. And her collar is like on the wrong spot. And it took me a long time to do her, just like it take everyone else. And basically, someone was asking me, how do I make the clothes? Now, the outfit that Diana here has on it's easy. It's one of the easiest dresses in the world. There is a woman by the name of Froggy, My Froggy Stuff, on YouTube, and she makes the most interesting videos. And one of her videos is she made 2 dresses, and that's where I got this tutorial from. 2 dresses. If you go to her and you look on her one of her videos where she's like making easy clothes for her 18 inches and her 20 inches dolls, she basically used 2 dresses to make them. And her outfits look amazing. I wish I could get as good as her, but you got to remember she also has a sewing machine. Now, when it comes to this dress, that's all it is. A tulle dress and a piece of blue cloth. And when it comes to attaching the dress to her, it was sewn, but I promise you I paid the price. My hands, I have rheumatoid arthritis in them. So sewing is something I can't do. So as you can see, I basically just tied the dress in the back. To make the belt, I just tied it in the back and I stitched all the way down. Where the doll was being, while I was drying the doll, and basically the key to making a dress like this is you measure, how you measure how big you need the tube is basically you use her breasts. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. The tube needs to be wide enough to touch both of her breasts on the side. Underneath her, this arm here, this chest area, it needs to be about that much. So basically, you want about a 5 or 6 inch tube for this doll. Once you slide it on, it will be too big for her, but that's what you want. But other than that, this is what happened to Diana. This is what Diana wears. Her necklace is the exact same thing, a piece of black cloth that I stitched on the back of her neck and put charms on it. So it's not hard to make these. And at one point, she didn't have any clasp up at the top. In order to make clasp on her, all I did was I used yarn. That's it. Now, another thing that you want to make sure you have is needles. When it comes to me and sewing needles, I have a bad habit of losing these things. Yarn becomes your friend, definitely, without a question. I can use any kind of yarn. I absolutely love yarn. But I decided to solve my problem with my needles by buying these, guys. These are giant needles. I forgot what size they said they are, but I think they're 15 inches. I'm not sure, but yeah. I ended up buying these. They help me out a lot, especially when it comes to dolls. The only thing I have to warn you guys, if you buy these things, please be careful. Now, I ended up, for mine, this is a whole set of them. And I bought, I think there's like 25 of these in here. And if you're looking for these guys, you can buy them on AliExpress and eBay. And I bought mine from Japan. So these guys come out pretty good. And they're pretty huge, guys. They're great. And they're also great for when you are rerooting your doll's hair. Having a needle like this for a doll head really helps you. You don't have to struggle so much as to figuring out where the needle is. You can just stick the needle through the doll's head and you do it. Now notice, now if you're going to do these are very, very, very painful if you stick yourself, guys. So when it comes to these needles, I don't let anybody have one, and I do not take them out of my house. Now another thing when it comes to doll customizing, glitter. Make sure you have different color glitter. Unfortunately, I gotta buy some more glitter because I'm about out. I always make sure I have my glitter. Always. Now, another thing that can become your friend when you are a doll customizer is this lace. But this lace right here is the stretchy lace. Very stretchy. And I love this. Okay, guys, right now, I'm going to show you guys right now what I ended up doing with the new 3-foot doll I got. So basically, when it comes to hints, guys, those are good hints for you to know. Remember, t-shirt material is your best friend. And I promise you, in the end, it will help you. And I got to keep up with the time because it's 14 minutes. I can take it to that as far as 16 minutes. So let me show you guys what this new doll looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing my beautiful and gorgeous Miss Diamond. And this is what ended up happening to the new 3-foot doll I basically ended up buying. So what I did, unfortunately, when I got her, I did realize that she had a stain on her face, and I could not remove it. No matter what I did to it, I could not remove it. It was a brown, weird-looking stain, and luckily I was going to repaint her anyway, so I decided to go ahead and get her the full treatment. And this is my beautiful Diamond. I'm going to pull back a little bit, guys. so you can get to see her really good. And this is my beautiful diamond. Now this wig is just a cheap wig I bought off of Walmart for about $11, free shipping. And this is from another company. It was supposed to be here next week, but hey, I don't care as long as it got here. And as you can see, she came out beautiful. Absolutely love her dress. Now this is just the fabric I was showing you, the lace. That's just it. And this is some glittery fabric that I ended up buying from China. Unfortunately, they have went up on this stuff in China, so it's about. It used to be about $5, and these were the last. I know blue and red were the last two colors I ended up getting from them. So guys, this is my new girl, my beautiful new diamond. And guys, don't forget, I still have my other two dolls coming in the mail. Hopefully, the other one will chime into America very soon. Until then, guys, it's getting 16 minutes. I'm going to say peace out, love you, and thank you for watching my videos.